Why was this episode called Do Not Disturb?
Because those stupid fucking little door things.
Oh, yeah, because they're in a hotel. That's right.
Yeah, because they're in a hotel. Clever!
Hey, everybody. Hector and Marina. We're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. There it is. There it is right there. Episode 10, Season 2.
Do Not Disturb. Because of hotel door hanger things!
Can I be honest with you? Before we started, I said this has been my favorite episode, maybe of this whole show so far. Yeah. Because of two things. Okay. Number one. Let's just start with all the positives.
Yeah.
Number one. Yeah. The scene where What's-Her-Face was in the hotel room and then went out into the balcony and had to, for a second, the door was about to get crunched because of all the pressure and all the zombies are trying to get at her, and you're on a balcony in a top floor of a hotel and you're trying to escape. I thought, that's awesome.
That's very Walking Dead.
That's very Walking Dead. It's also reminded me of a video game that I never played that had this brutal trailer that came out years ago. Uh-huh. I think it was called Dead Island, where the premise was it's a zombie game based on, set at a vacation spot. Yeah. The same as that hotel.
I think I saw that preview too.
The trailer was so gnarly because the whole thing was in reverse, and it ended with a guy and his daughter becoming infected and then going for him. And it started with him running. Yeah. And there's no family or whatever, and as it keeps going in reverse, the wife shows up and turned into got caught by zombies, all this really cool thing. Cool. Just that location, I think, is really interesting. Yeah. So that was my number one reason, was that scene in sequence was awesome. And number two, towards the end of the episode, when Chris killed a guy in cold blood, so stupid. I hate Chris. He needs to die. And I hated him up to that point as well, because his dad, Travis, was trying to be okay, but we need to break off from these people. And Chris kept Chris said, oh, because of Madison? And I want to be you mean his wife? Yeah. Yes, his wife. Dumb fuck. Yeah. That is why he's trying to stay in this area to eventually... Chris was trying to argue, we need to, leave them, and you need to love me more. This awful, awful thing. And Travis was, to his credit, was really... he was hey, I care about taking care of you. That's what we're doing. He didn't deny it, but he didn't, he didn't own up to it, but he was just I'm here to take care of you, because his son was such a dummy. So at the end, when Chris killed the guy, I went, I want Chris to die. Oh, I'm invested. Yeah. I want Chris to die, and I want Travis to leave. I give a shit, yeah. I give a shit. Yeah. That's why this was my favorite episode so far, Do Not Disturb.
That's good. It was my second favorite one.
Great.
From the last one, directed by Deborah Chow, I think. Nice. I don't know if she did this one too. I don't think she did, but that was my favorite one. This is a close second. I think mostly because they're just mirroring the way The Walking Dead works now. I think they just gave up and they were let's just copy it.
I know.
Which is it worked. Why you should copy it.
Let me ask you a question. The beginning of this episode started with a flashback.
Yeah.
That I was yeah. And then when at the end of the flashback I went, okay, you're a terrible person. Yeah. For locking up all of those hotel guests immediately. Yeah. When one person turns into a zombie and bites the bride. She just we need to leave.
Why it's so
and there's
funny.
All these kids there. It's do you want to try to tell everybody to evacuate? You could easily,
No.
So stupid.
I thought that was so funny that she was just sorry.
Hey, let us out.
She
sorry.
Was
and then at the end when we saw the wife of the man who was killed and a couple of other survivors from that wedding party be she's awful. I'm okay, I see why they did the flashback.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of flashbacks is there a lot of flashbacks in regular Walking Dead? Or is it just
No.
Yeah, it's this is the world we live in.
They do it for a reason in that. Every time they do it, it's for something that is happening currently.
In that episode.
To justify something that's currently happening.
Or the flashbacks of that character, I forget the name of the female character, the young female character who the beginning of the episode started with her and her family. Yeah. And then it sort of caught us up to where she is now and then the show. Yeah. Kind of like that one episode of Lost. That just dealt with the back of the plane in season 2, Ana Lucia's character, Michelle Rodriguez, and then brought him up to speed so that they could join the party. But Lost has the flashback present format that
they do it all the time. It's half the episode,
right? But not The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead.
Doesn't really do that.
But so this episode to you still sort of did the Walking Dead formula.
It was the Walking Dead structure, which is that something crazy happens at the beginning. That's all action, unexplained, and then you go into the plot and narrative and character exploration and justifying everything that's happening in the actual story. And then you end with another crazy action thing that's
a shocking...
shocking revelation.
I really wanted Madison to be dead. when that blonde woman zombie, I was like, oh man, if that's the main character, and then it wasn't her, but then she showed up, I thought it was well done.
She's one of the few characters that is like tolerable, so I can't let her go.
And now that she is from the South, and maybe the only connection to some Walking Dead characters we really like.
It's like, if you're gonna get rid of, there's like 2 characters I like, and if you get rid of one, it's like, boy, you're really asking a lot of me to keep watching this show. But also, stop making open fires.
Yes.
Stop making open fires.
Stupid.
So stupid.
It's zombie apocalypse. You're in a car that ran out of gas. Can you not...
Right.
Like, stay in the car with the doors locked in the...
It's like plenty warm in there.
Just for the night, and then the next morning, heat up the food and eat it for breakfast.
Yeah, roll
in
the
daytime.
car off the road.
Yeah,
Fine.
or if you're afraid of people, like Chris should have said, oh, by the way, the huge thing of beans I got, I stole from somebody.
Yeah.
But, like, it was weird, and there were zombies there, and maybe they're going to let me go. Like, they weren't, like, mad at me immediately right then, because, zombies. But just a heads up, Dad, maybe we should not stay in this car in case they catch up.
But he didn't say that because he's the worst character of all time. Yeah. But at least you hate him.
I do. I hate him. I hate him. I really do.
Oh, man. So Chris is still the worst. And then the end made me laugh, honestly. Like, I literally laughed out loud at my computer watching. Because I was like, oh, this kid is, like, the fucking worst. Like, who cares? Like, why? Why do we care? The only thing that's cool about it is that it is an original concept. So, like, that didn't happen in Walking Dead. It hasn't happened so far in that universe of, like, we have a character who's just blatantly a murderer, like a genuine psychopath.
He's going from good to bad. He's going from sort of innocent to bad. And Walking Dead, does that with certain, like, long-form characters. But a lot of times... Here's the thing that frustrates me, too, is, like, I would love it if this show, if they encountered a group of survivors that were not all evil immediately, right off the bat. Like, those dudes, as soon as they walked outside, you knew that they're bad news.
Right.
And when they showed up and they're trying to be, like, smarmy, but they're like, we're from San Diego, this is cool. No, I'll share food. I was like, they're immediately the most evil people. It would be great if they encountered other survivors.
Yeah, who were just, like, trying to live.
Who were just, like, just like them, who were, like, trying to live. But you still wouldn't trust them. Then that's interesting, too. If Travis was like, I don't trust them. But they seem totally... They're, like, really trustworthy, you know?
You know what's so funny? Is at the end when he shoots the guy and he, like, and what's his name?
Chris?
No,
Travis?
The son. Is his name Chris?
Yeah.
I thought the other guy was Chris. What's his name? What's Madison's son's name?
Is that Chris? No.
Shit, I don't know. But
no,
anyway,
he kept saying Chris.
He reaches out his hand and he's like, come on, Dad, as if he's going to be like, oh, this is chill. And then his dad is just like,
yeah, that was,
like,
yeah.
He's just, like, he doesn't even say anything. He's just like,
yeah, that was.
Wah, wah. Like, they might as well have just
Madison's son is Nick. Madison's son is Nick. This is Chris. I know. Chris. It was just like, ugh.
He was just
I'm
like,
sad.
My son is a killer. Which is, like, very funny to me.
If the show is going to try to feature Travis in the next few episodes, like, explain to his son that it's bad, but still try to save him, like, not let him go to the dark side, like, okay, then I guess I could be with you, but I'm already rooting against Chris in every respect. Every respect. Here's a cool thing: the actor who plays Chris, that Mexican kid, I don't know if he's Mexican, but that brown kid is going to be playing Ghost Rider's younger brother in the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season.
Oh, cool.
So they cast Ghost Rider on the TV show. And this version of Ghost Rider is not Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider from Marvel Comics. There's a newer one who's a Mexican guy from LA.
Oh, cool.
His name is Robbie Reyes. He has a younger brother who's in a wheelchair who is named Gabriel Reyes. So this kid, Chris, is going to play Gabe in the show. So that's cool.
Hopefully he has a role that's less annoying.
I know. He's a sweet kid in the comic book that I read, but, like, we'll see what it could also be really annoying. We may
just hate him because of this.
He'll just show up in a wheelchair like, hey, and I'll be like, I hate you. I immediately hate you.
He shows up in a wheelchair and it's like, bam!
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Boom, boom, boom. Kill everybody. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I still think that it's stupid that Travis did abandon Madison to go for his son. I still think that that the show is too early. But he was
right, I guess, because he's crazy.
I know, but the show is too, like, I just don't buy it. The show is too early. You know, the trailers and different things for the new season of Walking Dead, you've got Rick Grimes with a voiceover saying, like, it's been 10 years. Like it's been years that they've lived in this world. meanwhile, the Fear the Walking Dead world is supposed to be still a prequel.
Yeah.
So every time they run into people that are automatically cannibals or
Right,
rapists,
right.
I'm like, God, it's been like 4 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they cannot, as a family unit, communicate with one another like we have to stay together. That Chris runs off and Travis is like,
Chris.
I gotta go. Like,
and Nick is like running away. But
in Walking Dead, if Carol, with everything that she's gone through, runs away,
right, they go get her.
I get it if a person's like, I have to go after her, like, we'll come back, like, or not.
Yeah,
like,
these people are very like, they're lost, it's over. You can't save them.
Stupid. It's so stupid. Also, the group that they came across, where the evil guy from San Diego asks, "Where did you learn to kill?" I'm like,
yeah, what a dumb fucking question.
Like, that's it's not a real question. It's not a real question. The fucking
world? Like, what are you? Go outside, asshole.
It's stupid.
What are you talking about?
It's so stupid. So apparently the show is set in 2010. Because when they came across all those graves, everything was 2010, 2010. So do you think that the show will need like a time jump at some point? Or do you think that it can continue to
catch up with?
To just catch up to more present time? Because like it's 2016 going into 2017 next year when Fear the Walking Dead may or may not come back.
So they're saying that the first season of The Walking Dead isn't 2010?
Yes. And now, however, it's season 7, so it's 2017,
right.
2016. So that means that Fear the Walking Dead takes place in 2010. Does it matter in this post-apocalyptic world?
Not unless they're gonna talk about who just won a Grammy or whatever. Like the last person to win an Academy Award was, you know what I mean? Like other than that.
In this world, Iron Man came out, but not Iron Man 2.
Okay, yeah. Like, so if they make any Iron Man 2 references, yeah. So they can be like, wouldn't it be cool if
Avengers came out? We'll never see that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So I want Madison to die, maybe.
Okay.
But she's a tolerable character, like you said. I don't know. I hope that the show keeps going. The past few episodes have been an improvement.
Yes. Yeah.
So continue at this pace. Vast fucking improvement. Vast improvement. Continue at this pace. Maybe introduce some other characters that aren't so one note. I wasn't really on board with the hotel manager woman because she did something that I thought was too cruel in the beginning too quickly. And then I don't think they spent enough time with her dealing with it, even though the show was trying to be like, and now she's dealing with it. Isn't that sad? Look how sad. Oh, and then the wife shows up. Isn't that so sad?
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
I just think she's so great for being like, no, peace, bitches.
And it's been a day since like the zombie outbreak or a week or whatever. I would have canceled the wedding. I would have postponed the wedding. The destination wedding in like Tijuana or wherever they are, in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably in Baja somewhere because that's where the coast works. Mm-hmm. So they're not like in Mexico proper, in Mexico City. They're in like,
Yeah, postpone
like Cabo
that
San
shit.
Lucas or something. Postpone it. Postpone it if the parents of the groom were that concerned.
Yeah.
About like,
right,
did you see that thing from LA? That guy bit a dude's face and then the cop shot him and he got back up. Isn't that crazy? We shouldn't go to that wedding.
Yeah.
If that concerned, postpone the wedding.
Yeah. Also, they wanted to get back to LA, which is where it started.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it started there.
Yeah, unless they were down there for like a week and then and like they didn't have news. I don't know. It's just like, yeah. So
very funny.
All right. So what's your final review, Marina, of this episode?
What's her name? The daughter? What's the name of the daughter? The blonde girl?
I don't know. Caitlin? I don't know. Hang on, I'll have
Ashley.
it right here. It is Alicia.
Alicia.
No, she's Alicia.
Alicia. She's cool.
She's
her
getting
brother,
better.
She's getting...
I didn't like her in season 1 and 2 and the first part of the season.
Yeah, she was dumb. But she's like the only person who's like, no, just like kill... And when she was like, run faster. Like down the hallway because she was just doing that thing of like, oh no,
I'm scared. She was like,
hey, run.
Hey, lady.
Yeah, which is like very funny.
We need more of that.
Yeah.
I would love a super competent character in the world of The Walking Dead. We kind of got little teases of that with like Jesus in the regular Walking Dead where he just shows up and he's like, he knows what to do. I would love a character that just shows up and is super competent. Yeah. Almost to the point where they're breaking the fourth wall, winking at the camera going, how stupid is this, right guys? Yeah. Oh, hurry up and do this. Yeah. Like, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's cool.
With that. She's cool. Travis is cool. Madison is cool. Other than that, I'm like, oh boy. I don't know. Bring back that other director and have her do it.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week. Tell us what I say my overall review is it's my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, that's right.
But I still give it like a 7 out of 10. So it's not like 8, 9 category of like must watch TV, must see TV.
This is like
but
a
it's like,
solid 6.
Like there were moments where I was a little bit bored in that lull in the middle, but like you said, the beginning and the end, I was like into it. Okay, so tell us your favorite part about the episode and your least favorite part about the episode. Write it down in the comments below.
Yep.
And we'll be back next week. And stay tuned because we will also be uploading, if you haven't already seen it, a review of The Walking Dead comic book, Volume 1, Days Gone By. Marina and I are going to talk about it. All right? We'll see you guys next time.